Parasites are terrible monsters. Once they are allowed to invade the brain, the host loses itself, and its consciousness turns into a bloodthirsty monster that feeds on humans. They are hidden in the crowd, between you and me. It could be a beautiful female teacher, or this strange uncle. Or even the mayor who controls the whole city. Shinichi is the exception to the rule. That night Migi failed to invade the brain, eventually only parasitized on his right hand. After his mother was killed, Shinichi made a vow to kill all parasites. With Migi's power, he can easily find the parasites hidden in human society and hunt them down. On that day, an evil man came to the police station. He was a psychopathic murderer. No matter how much the woman begged for mercy, he was unmoved and killed her. The police only brought him in because the man had a special ability. He can tell who is a parasitic beast at a glance. When Shinichi appeared across the room, the man's eyes suddenly became strange. Due to Shinichi's symbiotic state with Migi, he couldn't be sure. The police ruled out Shinichi, but it was recently discovered that someone was following him. The man was a journalist. To save his life, he had to confess that Ryoko commissioned him to follow and take photos secretly. Shinichi laughed when he found out why. The journalist didn't know that she was a parasite who had successfully infiltrated human society. She believed that humans and parasites can coexist and gave birth to a child for experimentation. The naive journalist thought that sweet love was coming. To shatter his illusion, Shinichi finds Ryoko with a wire, successfully inducing her to reveal the truth. The reporter's dream is shattered, and he hates her with a passion. He used the opportunity of interviewing the mayor to infiltrate the lair of the parasitic beast. He made a small fortune by selling the information he collected on the parasites to the TV station at a high price. The reporter did not expect that the leader of the parasites had discovered the eavesdropping. That night, the reporter went to the supermarket to buy gifts for his daughter, but he came home to see his lovely daughter lying in a pool of blood. The parasite had also killed the last family member in the world. He had no more worries and vowed to take revenge. With the help of Ryoko, a new mayor is appointed. At this time, the municipal building has become the headquarters of the parasite. Ryoko, who has always advocated that parasites should coexist peacefully with humans, is opposed by others. As the leader, Ryoko warned his men to behave themselves, or humans would destroy them, but the mayor is bent on having his way. And while outwardly obeying Ryoko, in secret, he is planning to get rid of her and Shinichi. At night, Ryoko walks alone in the parking lot, but three parasitic beasts sneak up behind her. But they underestimated Ryoko's strength, only to see her face less than half. The disappearance of the face turned into a sharp blade in the back, directly through the three. However, when she returned home, she found that her child was missing, leaving only a note, and it turned out that the reporter had kidnapped the child. Meanwhile, the headquarters sent the strongest parasitic beast to prepare for the destruction of Shinichi. This guy is an amazing fighter who destroyed the whole gangster group with just one person. Migi senses that 5 parasites with a strong murderous aura are approaching. Strangely enough, when they were found, they found that there was only one of them. It turned out that there were 5 parasites on his body, one on each limb and head. Under the fierce attack of the parasites, Shinichi felt that they could not win by themselves. But soon, Migi discovered his opponent's weakness. Although he had 5 parasites, they did not work well together and even clashed with each other. Migi saw the right moment to seize the weakness and cut off his head with a single slash. As Migi prepares to destroy his opponent's heart, a group of people walks in the distance. Shinichi was forced to retreat, but a shocking scene happened the next moment. The parasite Goto breaks away from his right hand and fills the void to become the new master of the body. As the parasitic beasts went on a rampage, the humans finally launched a counterattack against them. They called in a large number of SWAT officers and surrounded the municipal building. Then they gathered all the people and passed them through one by one through X-rays. Once the parasitic beasts were found, they were isolated and shot down with random guns. On the other side, the journalist also started his retaliation by luring Ryoko to a crowded park. Using the child's life as blackmail, he forced her to take action and reveal her true form. Shinichi also arrives and persuades the reporter that parasites are emotionless. The baby is just an experiment for her. But Ryoko's words shocked everyone. She believed that humans are the most powerful parasites. They are just cell bodies, weak, unable to survive on their own. Parasites may seem powerful, but once humans are united, they will be completely wiped out. Ryoko has been thinking about the meaning of parasites' existence. It was only when she met Shinichi that she realized that coexistence with humans was the future of parasites. As the reporter was about to throw the child from the sky, Ryoko showed her true form. A spike pierced through the reporter's body. then turned into a palm and picked up the child, carefully returning it to her arms. Ryoko knew that she would die if her identity were exposed. She wanted to entrust the child to Shinichi and watched her approach. When the police opened fire, Ryoko shielded the child with her hair. Ryoko came to Shinichi in front of the rain of bullets and entrusted the child to him, finally falling to the ground and becoming a dry corpse. Shinichi was shocked by the scene. Ryoko voluntarily sacrificed his life for the child, reminding him of his mother. A great mother's love is so touching. Shinichi finally shed a long-awaited tear. At that moment, bad news came over the intercom. The SWAT team that entered the municipal building was completely wiped out. It turns out that a group of heavily armed SWAT officers had surrounded the mayor just now. He thinks that greedy human beings are only concerned with their interests, regardless of the deteriorating environment and the lives of other creatures. In contrast, humans are the parasites of the earth. The chief of the SWAT team didn't agree. Ordered to fire, mayor killed. But when they got closer, they saw he was not a parasite. Just when everyone was confused, a man appeared. Let the so-called mobile scanning machine of the psychopathic murderer feel a cold. He is the strongest parasitic beast go-to. Even the powerful shotgun bullets are easily resisted by him. There is no doubt that all the SWAT officers present were wiped out. When Shinichi and the reinforcements arrived, Go-To, standing on the upper floor, dropped the captain's head. He leaped down from a high building and caught the bullet easily. A forceful fling. The sheriff directly killed on the spot. Shinichi and Migwu knew they were no match. Migwu turns into a master key to start the car ready to drive away. Just when the two thought to escape, the car glass suddenly burst. Go-To comes down from the sky, using his tentacles to launch deadly attacks. In this moment of life and death, Migwu deliberately drove the car off the cliff, then disguised as Luffy and Shinichi to escape from the danger. This level of damage cannot kill Go-To. The trouble is, he can sense Minnie's position, so there is no way to escape. So Migwu decided to separate from Shinichi, sacrificing himself and stalling for time. Eventually killed by Go-To, Shinichi fought back his grief and ran deeper into the woods. Under cover of night, he hid in an abandoned factory, but the next day, Shinichi's broken right hand sprouted eyes. This means that Go-To was about to catch up with him. Panicked, Shinichi fled to a garbage dump, hold onto the transporter to escape towards the incinerator. Go-To surprisingly strengthens both legs. Shinichi, who had lost Migwu, was no match for him. In the nick of time, he makes a decision to live to die. He tried his best to dodge Go-To's attack. He picked up the steel bar on the ground and thrust it deep into Go-To's body. He didn't care about this level of attack. Just as Go-To threw out his tentacles and slashed at Shinichi, Migwu miraculously appeared. It turned out that he did not die then but was embedded in Go-To's body. When he got out, he cut off some of his nerves. In addition, the steel bar that had just penetrated Go-To's body played a crucial role. It contains a lot of radioactive material. The other parasites in Go-To's body felt the danger coming and started a riot to escape from the body. After a painful struggle, the strongest parasite just burst into flames and died. Incredibly, his heart was still beating. The tissues that had been torn apart continued to converge on the torso. Shinichi threw him into the incinerator to prevent his resurrection. The crisis is finally over, but what comes around comes around. During the battle, Migwu was exposed to radioactive material. Migwu was about to fall into a deep sleep. Looking at his right hand, which had returned to normal, he fell into an endless sadness. The parasitic beasts are not completely extinct. They have found a way to live in harmony with humans. Maybe the truth is what Ryoko said. Greedy and selfish human is the biggest parasite on Earth. This is the end of the two parts of the parasites. What do you think about it? Welcome to discuss in the comments section.